those who are not members of our Rotary Club. Obviously, that includes Pascal, our speaker, and Lee Rundle, Derry's daughter. Notwithstanding that, also welcome to Terry and Chris Adams, who lived at Westward Ho, and the various projects that she established for the David Rundle Trust in Rwanda to support the poor communities in the rural areas. As a result of her personal commitment to that charitable work in Rwanda, we decided after a number of presentations that Derry had done to us that we should make her an honorary member of the Bideford Bridge Rotary Club, which we duly did. Sadly, Derry passed away a few years ago, 2016, and the club agreed that it would be appropriate if we funded a memorial project to honour the work that Derry had done in Rwanda. And we decided we would establish a legacy fund in order to continue one of the key elements of Derry's work there. And that was addressing the educational needs of the youth. What we didn't have, apart from the money, was somebody in Rwanda, feet on the ground, to help implement the project. And that person, Pascal, is now our man on the ground, responsible for all the Derry Rundle Educational Fund activities in Rwanda. So I will now pass over to him and ask him to share his story and what the current situation is with us all. Thank you. Over to you, Pascal.
But before we start, of course, my name is Pascal. You already know my name. And before I start, I would first of all, thank you all the Rotary Club of Bideford, which my mom was a member of, and actually that's why you have decided to set up, would say, a legacy project to continue keeping the love of Derry Rundle and support her work of more than 15 years in Rwanda. Well, we are going to be looking at project backgrounds, objective of the project. I'm sure you mentioned it. Student selection processes, find scholarship, mentorship, students' scholarship journey, and of course the impact of COVID-19. Started, of course, in 2017. That's where the idea came about after the passing away of my mom. And of course, this came to respect the work done by her in Rwanda for more than 15 years. And with, of course, a student selection that took place in Rwanda, that was done by one of the Devon members, who is Rwanda, who was in Rwanda. And in January 2018, of course, 5 students selected started the first academic year from different chosen schools. Of course, don't mention that the objective of this project is to provide the legacy fund that will keep love and the work done by Derry Rundle in Rwanda, but mainly to provide the comprehensive secondary school education to academically promising yet economically and socially marginalized young Rwandans. Smallholder Farmers Unit, that is run by World Food Program in Rwanda, where we are supporting 280 cooperatives, agricultural cooperatives, with about 80,000 smallholder farmers, with, of course, providing skills and technologies, knowledge that are meant to improve productivity. After they have improved the productivity of maize and beans, we make sure that these maize and beans are linked to the formal market, where they are receiving the good price of the produce. And of course, with increased income, they are able to improve the household level by, of course, providing school fees to some of the students, to reconstruct the houses and improving the daily life of those smallholder farmers. So you see, being able to support me, yes, I can, try to help myself, but also try to share my knowledge and skills, which is meant to improve the lives of smallholder farmers in Rwanda. Let's go to the student selection. Actually, this was done through home and school visits by myself, Pascal, as local implementer in Rwanda, and Devon Management, one of the Devon Management Group, who is who was in Rwanda at that time. So we would actually visit different homes to do assessment whether these students actually needed really the support in terms of financially so that they can go to school. Cover school fees, transport, books, pocket money, and of course, a mentorship, mentoring them during the holidays. Maybe we will look at it here. The mentorship we are talking about, actually, the mentorship is offered at 2 different capacities. This is where we actually visit them at school. And also, well, you can see one of the Devon management group when Yuan and JD and Champion, when they were in Rwanda, we were able to, we had a chance to visit these students at a school where we were able to actually meet with the principals, headmasters, and also the school, the students themselves. Of course, we would talk to them and encourage them, and at least they feel that they are being supported so that they can motivate, they can be motivated in their schoolwork. So then let's look at student scholarship journey. This is actually when they started. Of course, they were selected as 5 students, and they started their first year in January 2018. And they are now all enrolling 3rd year, 2nd term of the academic of the 3rd year. So actually, by now they would have finished the Form 3, but because of the pandemic, they were not able to get done or to finish because of closure of schools, because of pandemic. You all know. So the COVID, of course, 19 pandemic has resulted in spread, in spread school closure and disrupting learning for millions of children and young people in Rwanda. Though there has been some initiatives of e-learnings and also, well, some programs through radios and television for those who have television. Well, I wish I would have uploaded many photos, but I want to end my presentation with one of examples of one student selected back in 2017 when I was with my sister Ree. We went and visited the FIDE. But I would want to thank you so much. Without you, this wouldn't have been happen, and you are doing so much work to these young Rwandans, and we hope that they will be able to help other Rwandans, hence help all Rwanda as whole. So on behalf of the people of Rwanda, we thank the member of Bideford Rotary Club and the people in the UK as well. Thank you. How are you?
Hi.
Terry, and
Right.
oh my God, it's so nice to see you.
Love
How
to
are you
Pascal.
coping with the COVID? Thank you too.
Pascal, thank you ever so much for that. Your timing was absolutely perfect, as expected, which now gives us time to invite the members of the club and other guests
Pascal,
to ask you
lovely
any
to see you
questions.
again. Have all the 5 students coped equally well with the schooling? Have they all progressed well in their studies?
Yeah, thank you so much for the good question. Yes, I'm very happy to say that all 5 students have been doing very well, and now they are in their 3rd year. If they did not do well, they would not have shifted to another level. But now they are all in the 3rd year.
Would like to do eventually, Pascal.
Yes, please. Thank you so much. Actually, in that forms, well, when you are filling in that forms, you say, okay, now I want to, let's say, to be electrician. And then in form 4, you will be given more or less the electrician topics, not in general as they have been doing. So they were able to fill. I'm yet to get the forms that they were able to fill. Actually the forms that were sent to the Ministry of Education, I was supposed to get them when I go to visit them. But I hope that the easy movement will come in the future. I would say in 2 weeks or in a month, where I will be able to visit each one of these students. Then I will be able to know which one, which subject they were able to choose. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Pascal, and thank you for everything that you're doing.
Yeah. Don, can I ask a question? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Go on, Ewan.
Pascal, I guess one of their aspirations is that they will go to university. I know there's a university in Kigali. Is there another one in Rwanda? Or if they don't go to Kigali, can they go abroad to university?
The public university, we also have private universities, but there is also, well, if the opportunities comes, they can be able to go out for studies. To study abroad. Actually, I would say that's more of the best, because again, it depends on which university and what they have better than what we have here in Rwanda.
I've just got one question, Pascal, and that is about yourself personally. How are you finding the issues with COVID and with your other work that you carry out?
Yes, thank you so much, Don. That's a very good question. Well, of course, this has affected our work in that we would actually have provided trainings to TOTs. TOTs, these are master trainers, farmers in Rwanda. So when we want to transfer the knowledge and skills, we cannot have that 80,000 farmers. But what we do, we are using cascaded model. Cascaded model is when you train the master trainers, in very smaller group, and then this smaller group, each one of them go to train the reedy farmers. Reedy farmers, these are progressist farmers, and these progressist farmers in their turns, they train their fellow farmers.
Thank you for that, Pascal, and good luck to you with that. Can I pass over and ask Rob Brown, our president, to give the vote of thanks, Rob?
Thank you, Don. I don't know how many of us would have fancied doing a 3/4-hour presentation in French, Pascal. Well done. You did very well.
Thank you so very much. Like I said, I'm doing this because I have gone to school. So you are doing a great job. Of course, based on this, I wouldn't have done this when I have not met with when I have not met with Mom, Derry Randall, so that through the people of the UK would sponsor my education. Now, because I went to school, I can, well, I have not done it greatly, but I have tried. But that's because I went to school. So thank you so very.
I'm an ex-teacher myself. I know the value of education. Couple of Chinese proverbs. If you're planning for a year, plant rice. If you're planning for a decade, plant trees. If you're planning for a lifetime, educate children.
Yeah.
And this is what Derry was about, and it was what we wanted to do in her memory. And Pascal, thank you for your help. Without your help, it couldn't have happened. Thank you.
Here, here.
You're most welcome. Thank you too.
Thank
you.
It's good to see so many people here.
It's not any other business, but what I'm really pleased to see is that Chris and Terry were able to be here along with Adrian and Rosemary. We're very grateful for their support in getting this project going in the first place and for their ongoing support financially as well.
Well, thank
you
you. And
Thank
may
you,
I just
Tom.
say, it's been really nice to meet Pascal, even over the airwaves, shall we say, Pascal? Good to meet you. And
Good to meet you too.
very interested to hear about your work in Rwanda, and we wish the students all the very best. We hope that they will soon be through the COVID, or we'll all be through the terrible times we're having with COVID, and be able to pursue their education, and we wish them all well.
We are so grateful to those who, in memory of Derry, have contributed either with expertise or cash to help us do this. This is not something we can do on our own. We can only do it because other people help us, either with expertise, knowledge, cash, whatever. So thank you all.